things happen when you forget to press the record button. But good thing is that I didn't do any actual math problems. Okay, so we are going to take a small break from graphing equations, and we're going to focus on finding the equation of a line. Today's objective is to find the equation of a line given certain information. So the directions read: find the equation of the line satisfying the given conditions. Write the equation in slope-intercept form. So when we are asked to write the equation of a line, we are usually told how to write the equation. Do they want it in standard form? Do they want it in slope-intercept form or point-slope form? Just look at the directions. The question is, how do we find the equation of a line? To find the equation of a line, you guessed it, we're going to use the point-slope formula. So the point-slope formula reads y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. And this just comes from the slope formula, okay? But that's the end of that. So the question is, how do we use it? To find the equation of a line, you're going to need what's in the name of the title. You need a point and you need a slope. If you have a point and you have a slope, then you have the ingredients that are necessary to find the equation of a line. So in this case, if your equation is meant to have both x and y variables, the x and y without the subscript, those will be the x and y in your equation. M is the notation for slope, and x1, y1, that's going to be whatever point they give you. Ordered pairs are written in the form xy, but they just put the subscripts of 1. So let me go ahead and illustrate that with our first fun problem. How many are we doing? A bunch. 3. Cool. Problem A. Find the equation of the line with slope 2/5 passing through the point -5, -4. So let me paraphrase this. So we have to find the equation of a line. What do we know? We know that the slope is 2/5 and that it has to go through the point, where am I? -5, -4. Cool. So now what do I need to find the equation of a line? To find the equation of a line, we need a point and we need a slope. We have a point, we have a slope, we have what we need to get this equation. So to find the equation of a line, we are going to use this point-slope formula. So the formula reads y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Cool. So let's go ahead, substitute the slope along with the coordinates of whatever point that they give us. So we have y minus y1. y1 will be the y coordinate of the point provided. So it'll be -4 is equal to the slope, where am I, which is 2/5 times x minus x1, and x1 is the x coordinate of whatever point provided, of the point provided. Sorry. So on the left side, the difference of y minus -4 is the same as y plus 4 equals, we go ahead distribute the slope. 2/5 times x will give us 2/5 x. We keep going. Subtracting -5 is the same as adding 5. And then we ask ourselves, what's 2/5 times 5? You could punch it in or freehand it. 5 goes into 5 once, and that will leave us just with 2. Cool. So this the first line is an equation of a line that has a slope of 2/5 and that passes through -5, -4. The reason why we kept going is because we have to write the equation in slope-intercept form, or y equals mx plus b. But we almost got this. Let's go ahead, subtract 4 from both sides, and when we do, that will give us y equals 2/5 x minus 2. We nailed it. So I'm going to go ahead show you how you can check your answer. First of all, is my equation reasonable? The slope should be 2/5. This is 2/5, so we're good. But there are many equations that have a slope of 2/5, but there's only one equation that has this slope and passes through this point. So we're going to check our answer. How? We want to verify if -5, -4 is a solution of our equation. So let's go ahead, write down our answer. And it better be, because this is our answer. Okay, so I want to know, is this point a solution of our equation? Again, it has to be. So let me go ahead, put xy just because it's easier on my eyes. So that will leave us with y, which is -4. Does it really equal? Again, it has to. Does it equal 2/5 times x, which is -5 minus 2? And whenever I'm checking, I like to put question mark. Does the left side equals the right side? But that's my personal spin. So we have -4. Does it really equal 5 goes into 5 once, but that will leave us with the -1. Product of -1 and 2 is -2. And look, I'm crying because -2 minus 2 does give us -4. If you want to finish the statement, go for it. Okay, so this checks out, which means since -5, -4 is the solution of my equation, then our answer is correct. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and do problem B. Again, we're doing 3 problems. Find the equation of a line with slope 2/3 passing through the point 3, -4. So want to find some equation. What do we know? We know that the slope is 2/3 and that it goes through the point 3, -4. So to find the equation of a line, no matter the technique you use, you have to have a point and a slope. So we are going to use the point slope formula. Again, if you want to use another technique, that's fine, but please remember to actually answer the question. Don't just think you answered it. Okay, fantastic. So let me go ahead and label this xy for my peace of mind. So we're going to substitute the slope along with the coordinates of the point given. So we have y minus y1. y1 is -4 is equal to the slope of 2/3 times x minus x1, which is 3. Fantastic. So on the left side, y minus -4 is the same as y plus 4. Let me go ahead and put this over here. Y plus 4 equals 2/3 times x will be 2/3 times x. 2/3 times -3. 3 goes into itself once, and 1 times 2 is 2, but that will be -2. Is it the same problem? Kind of looks like it. Alright, so to finish it off, remember, we are asked to write our equation in slope-intercept form. So let's go ahead and solve for y. Let's go ahead and isolate the y term by subtracting 4 from both sides, and that will give us y equals 2/3 x minus 6. And the question is it correct? I don't know. We have to do the math. But I know our answer is reasonable because the problem said that the slope is 2/3. We have a slope of 2/3. Now I'm going to let you check it on your own to see if 3 -4 is a solution. It is. I already checked it at my house. Cool. For the grand finale, okay, we want to find the equation of the line that passes through these points. Okay, so let me just put the points -5, 6 and 2, 3, because all those other words get in my way. I just like to write down the facts. Find the equation of the line that passes through the points. So to find the equation of a line, again, no matter what strategy you use, whether you use the point slope formula or something else, you need to have a point and a slope. We have plenty of points, but we don't have one of the most important things, a slope. So the first thing we need to do is get a slope. So let's go ahead and put find slope. So we're going to find the slope of a line. To find the slope of a line, graph or not, we need to locate 2 points that are on the line. What do we have? 2 points that are on the line. So let me go ahead and label this my first point and second point. So I want to remind myself, what is the slope formula? So the slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So difference of the y's over difference of the x's. And something that I like to do, I like to circle whatever I call the second point, just to remind me that I start here. This y minus the other y over this x minus the other x. So let's go ahead, plug and chug. So difference of the y's will be 3 minus 6 over 2 minus the other x. 2 minus the other x. Okay, please make sure you put -5. The popular mistake is that students will just put 2 minus 5, because look, the students say, look, it's -5, and I'm like, lies. Okay, it says x2 subtraction sign x1. So we have x2 subtraction sign. I'm gonna cover up the subtraction sign, and after the subtraction sign, we need to have the value of x1, which is -5. So please be very careful. I need you to get full credit. Difference of 3 and 6 will give us -3. And difference of 2 and -5 is the same as 2 plus 5 or 7. So I'm going to highlight this. Okay. So to find the equation of a line, we need a point and a slope. We have too many points, not enough information, but we have a slope. So we're going to use our slope that we found, -3/7, and you can use any 2 points of our liking. I don't really care which point you use. We should get the same answer because they're both on the line. If I can read your mind, I'm assuming you will pick the second point because this one doesn't have a negative. Okay. Fantastic. So to find the equation of a line, we need a point and a slope. We got a point. Our tough work gave us a slope. So let's do this. So let's go ahead find the equation. So find the equation. Let's go ahead use the point slope formula. So we have y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. We're going to go ahead plug and chug. We're going to substitute the slope along with the ordered pair. Okay, so that will give us y minus y coordinate of 3 is equal to m slope of negative 3/7 times x minus x coordinate of 2. Fantastic. Cool. Now you have some options. Now when we distribute negative 3/7 times negative 2, it's not going to give us an integer. Kind of like where am I? Right here we had an integer. You can keep distributing, or if you want to avoid fraction computations, just get rid of the fraction by multiplying both sides by 7. I'll just leave it like that. Okay, so let's do this. Y minus 3 is equal to negative 3/7 times x is negative 3/7 times x. Next product, negative 3/7 times negative 2 will give us positive 6/7. If that works for you, cool. If not, punch it in. Or better yet, freehanded. Go ahead, bust out a thinking area. Product of two negative numbers will give us a positive number, and if you multiply across and you want to put a special effect 1, go for it. Product of 3 and 2 is 6. Product of 7, 1 is 7, and that's how we got the 6/7. Let's take our time to isolate the y. Let's go ahead add 3 to both sides, and that will give us y equals negative 3/7 x. Under normal circumstances, I don't think I could add these in my head, but given that they both have the same sign, I'm like, what's 3 plus 6/7? I'm like, oh, it's 3 and 6/7. Cool. The books usually won't write a mixed number, so I'm gonna write or. The book, if there's a mixed number, they'll usually write it as an improper fraction. What is that? 3 times 7 is 21. 21 plus 6, if I was good at math, that will give us 21 over 7. Now the question is, should we check it? Of course. Okay, if you have a take-home test, who gives take-home tests? Oof, not me. I want to be in that class. If you have a take-home test or a take-home quiz, you should be checking your answers, because I'm pretty sure you will not get a partial credit for take-home assessments. So let's check our answers. I would love to say, is our answer reasonable? Are the slopes the same? But unlike problem B, in this problem we don't have a slope, so I can't even ask myself, is my answer reasonable? Okay, so to check it, I would like to say see if 2/3 is a solution, but in this case it's not gonna fly like that. They didn't give us a slope. We did the math to find the slope. What if we had a technical difficulty and our slope is wrong? If our slope is wrong, then our answer is wrong. So for this problem to check, you have to use the other point. So let me speak to myself. Use the other point to check answer. Cool. All right. So where our equation was y equals negative 3/7 x plus 27 over 7. Bear in mind that this will not give us a terminating decimal. Well, at least not like a few decimals. Well, let's go ahead and use the calculator. Okay, 27 over 7. Where am I? Yeah, that's not a clean decimal. The popular mistake is that students will round. Guess what? You'll get a 0. Okay, your answers need to be in exact form. Okay, so let's check. What was the other point? Negative 5. Positive 6. I'm going to pretend you can read that. So I want to know, is negative 5, 6 a solution of the equation? And it has to be, because this is our answer. Okay, so we have y, where am I, which is 6, equals negative 3/7 times x. X is negative 5 plus 27/7. So I want to know, does the left side equals the right side? I don't think we made a mistake, so we're just doing this for confirmation. So we have 6 equals negative 3/7 times negative 5. Nothing cancels. Product of two negative numbers will give me a positive number. If you want to insert a special effect 1, go for it. And if you don't need it, I don't need it. So we have 3 times 5 is 15. So we have 15/7 plus 27/7. Cool. I will take the fact that the denominators are the same. 15 plus 27. Who can do that in their head? Think for me. 12. 3, 4. You know what? It would have been much faster if I busted out my own thinking area. But I was trying to show off for you. But yeah, remind me not to do that again. Cool. So that will give us 42 over 7. Oh, and I'm crying tears of joy because 42 over 7 does equal 6. If you wanted to finish it off, go for it. So we checked it. So we know we totally nailed it. And that wraps up our section. Thank you guys.